The preliminary round is over, and the men's EHF Euro 2026 is alive with stories. From dominant performances to historic moments, this phase gave us pure greatness and a clear sense of what kind of tournament this is becoming. With that in mind, let's go through each group and see how the main round picture was built. Group A stayed open until the very end, and every team still had a role to play. The group stayed tight because no side managed to control all three matches, and every result added pressure to the next one. Germany finished first, but their path included a clear warning sign. In the second round, they were beaten by Serbia, a match where Germany struggled to break through a physical defence and lost efficiency in attack. The decisive moment came in the direct clash with Spain. Under maximum pressure, Germany delivered their most complete performance of the group. That win not only secured qualification, but pushed Germany to the top of the table. Spain, despite the loss, still moved on thanks to their overall consistency. They avoided costly mistakes in the earlier matches and stayed in control when games became tight. Behind them, Serbia's strong showing was undone by a one-goal defeat to Austria, a result that closed the door on their chances. In the end, Group A rewarded the teams that handled pressure best when everything was on the line. Group B began with a clear expectation. On paper, one team stood above the rest, and early results seemed to confirm it. But as the group progressed, pressure shifted, margins tightened, and the final standings were decided not by reputation, but by performance in the decisive match. That decisive performance came from Portugal, who finished the group unbeaten. Portugal built their qualification step by step, starting with a controlled win over Romania, then holding firm in a demanding draw against North Macedonia. Everything came down to the final match against Denmark, and Portugal delivered. With disciplined defence and efficient decision-making in attack, they secured a win that lifted them to the top of the group. For Denmark, the group ended differently than expected. As the clear favourites, they entered the final round unbeaten and in control of their position. But against Portugal, they were unable to maintain that status. The loss did not only end their unbeaten run, it also cost them first place and left them entering the main round with 0 points carried over. Behind them, North Macedonia and Romania shaped the tension of the group. North Macedonia stayed alive until the final round, helped by their draw against Portugal and a narrow one-goal win over Romania. In the end, Group B delivered a clear lesson. Favourites are only favourites until the decisive match is played. Group C quickly developed into a clear split between the favourites and the challengers. From the opening matches, the rhythm of the group was set by two teams able to impose their identity while the others were forced to react. At the top stood France, who set the tone for the entire group. France played with constant pressure both defensively and in attack, never allowing opponents to settle into the game. Match after match, France imposed themselves physically and tactically, leaving little doubt about their authority within the group. Behind them, Norway secured second place, helped by both structure and atmosphere, playing in Oslo in front of their home crowd. Norway fed off the energy in the arena. That support was visible in their intensity, especially in defence, where they stepped out aggressively and forced mistakes. In attack, Norway played with confidence, pushing the tempo when possible and managing games smartly when control was needed. For Czechia and Ukraine, Group C was a difficult challenge. Both teams competed with commitment and had strong moments, but against France's firepower and Norway's momentum at home, errors were punished immediately. Group D was decided by fine margins, but it was led from start to finish by one team. While the fight for second place stayed open until the last match day, the overall direction of the group was shaped early by consistent results at the top. At the top finished Slovenia, who controlled Group D from the first match to the last. Slovenia won all three games and finished with maximum points, building their campaign on attacking efficiency and composure in the final moments. By delivering results every time they stepped on court, Slovenia removed any uncertainty and secured qualification early. The real tension unfolded behind them. Switzerland secured second place only through goal difference, edging out the Faroe Islands after both teams finished level on points. Switzerland managed the group with restraint, protecting their goal difference even in difficult phases. That measured approach ultimately proved decisive. For the Faroe Islands, the conclusion was unforgettable and cruel at the same time. They recorded their first ever victory at a European Championship with a commanding win over Montenegro, a result that placed them firmly in the qualification race. Playing with freedom and belief, they pushed more established teams to the limit, only to fall short on goal difference. When Group D ended, Slovenia and Switzerland moved on, while the Faroe Islands left with history made and margins to regret. Group E stayed balanced until the very end, with no team able to break away early. As results accumulated, attention gradually narrowed to one decisive meeting, where control of the group would finally be settled on the court. That moment belonged to Sweden. In the final match against Croatia, Sweden delivered a composed performance, managing long phases of the game and limiting Croatia's momentum. Their defensive discipline and efficiency in attack allowed them to take away the result they needed, securing first place in the group and carrying points into the main round. Croatia still progressed in second place. Their earlier results had already positioned them well, and despite the defeat, qualification was never seriously in danger. The loss shaped placement rather than progression, leaving Croatia to move on with work still to refine. The Netherlands and Georgia rounded out the group. Both teams competed with commitment, but the gap to the top two remained, leaving the decisive story of Group E focused on the final clash between Sweden and Croatia. Group F came down to a direct fight for first place. From early on, Iceland and Hungary separated themselves from the rest of the group, setting up a clear head-to-head that would decide the final order. That decisive meeting delivered exactly what was expected. Iceland and Hungary stayed level throughout the match, neither side able to create separation. The lead changed hands multiple times, and the outcome remained open until the final moments. Iceland eventually secured a one-goal victory, a result that placed them at the top of the group and confirmed their qualification with an advantage going into the main round. Hungary also progressed, finishing second. Despite the defeat in the direct encounter, their earlier results ensured qualification without further calculations. The group also produced a landmark moment away from the qualification race, as Italy recorded their first victory at a European Championship in 28 years. The table is set and the main round awaits. The opening chapter is complete. Now the real tests begin. From this point forward, the numbers matter. 4 teams advance to the semi-finals. 1 lifts the trophy, and the rest fall away.